What is up, everybody? Welcome back to I Want Entertainment. We are here with an iSurvivor 38 Milan castaway, part of the Amatista tribe. We have a lot to talk about with this specific individual. He's been a driving force in the narrative of this episode, but let's rewind back almost 2 days ago. Cast reveal, day one opening post Rocky's whole intro. Give me your thoughts as you're seeing the cast revealed, once you realize your tribe, and the little tidbits Rocky had to say about the game itself.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of like, I was out with friends, like drinking for something else while this was on. I just like happened to tune in, and even then, I was still like gripped for the what's going on, honestly, because specifically the one that's currently like top of mind, the twist is the whole lights out thing, because you don't know like if we're going to tribal or not, right? And I'm sitting here after having like just done a challenge, getting 3 of 4. I'm like, I got 3 of 4. Everybody else gonna get 4 of 4? Does 3 of 4 suck? Like, I mean, it kind of like in my head, I'm like, what's going on? So yeah, it really, I think that's the part that puts me most on edge. I've like fortunately already been to the fortune teller, so I know what that's about and have taken my own agency there with it. Yeah. So like slowly easing into it, this feels like, modern era Survivor with like a little splash.
So
That was good. Yeah.
what is your opinion? Break down your tribe for me a little bit. I know it's been actually quite a busy weekend for a lot of people. It's been a
Yeah.
little slow start for Amatista, but give me your first impressions of your tribe mates.
Yeah. To be honest, like again, I'm the type of person I usually just gravitate towards people that I like, right? So far I like everybody here because like I feel like I mean I don't know what everybody else has been doing, but it seems like it's still very surface level, like making small talk, right? Like is the impression that I've got. So my goal with the tribe has just been to make myself as present as possible and approachable so that way people feel like they can come to me, and for the most part everybody has. um yeah, the person who I'd say I engaged least with is Gigi, but I feel like I like her a lot. Like, watching a video, she's a great sense of humor. She's been out and about or whatever, which like again, I'm gonna have things that come up as well. I'm going out tonight, like closer to the time, which presents its own risks, right? So like I totally get it, but I'm kind of like interested to see what pans out over the next couple of hours, especially if like we don't do well. Um, I feel closest. I think I've obviously spoken the most with Sam Yu, because he like and I've like not only spoken the most personally, but we've actually had like the only real solid strategic moment there. Julia and Jess, I've spoken to more about life, I feel like, than the other two. How do you say his name? Sheed.
Yeah, I think it's like Rashid, so it's just she.
Sheed. Okay. Um, Again, I've spoken to him a little bit about like what we do and everything like that, but still very like surface level. So like if I was voting today, it would probably be like more towards Gigi just because like I haven't spoken to her as much and that's all I have to go off of. But I don't want us to go to tribal at all. I feel like this is like a good starting place, you know?
How do you think your tribe will fare in this challenge in terms of being able to communicate about strategies and documents or study time?
Yeah, it's a good question. Because it doesn't seem like a lot of people have been around to do research or anything like that. At least on our tribe. I don't know how active and online the other tribes are, right? Um, but from getting the sense from the fortune teller, it seemed like those people like immediately disengaged from that. So I don't know if they're all out and about doing their own thing either. Um,
Does
it's
that
tricky
make
because
you
like
nervous for this challenge specifically?
I think I'm more nervous to see how active and good our tribe actually is. Because if we don't do good in this, right, then the conversation's quickly going to pivot, right? I feel like seeing who's actually active and participating, that will drive a little bit of the narrative of what's going on, because nobody's gonna like. Why would you stick out and vote out an active person this early? That doesn't make sense to me.
Now, my big thing about you, John, is you are currently in possession of an idol. And not
Mhm.
only
And another
that,
advantage too. Like I have
yeah, I was
two.
just gonna say,
Yeah.
not only that, the fortune teller picked your item and you happened to
I
pick a card that
know.
had a power on it. So you have
Oh
two
my god.
powers, and it's
On
the
day
first
like one.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
essentially. So tell me, what went into your idol hunt, and then how you feel being, having trinkets up your sleeve, right?
being that bitch, right? Exactly. Do you want to see what's gonna
Exactly.
be my idol? I have a couple of ideas, but this is purple, so she might do her. And she's
Oh,
oh, my
that's
background thing is
iconic.
freaking
No, but
out.
I see it.
But
No, I
she's like a
see it.
little
That's
cork
iconic.
moment. Yeah.
That's
Maybe I'll put
iconic.
something in here. Oh yeah, we're here. Um, but anyway, um, it's like super like weird because in my head I'm like, all right, like my guns are blazing whether I want them to or not. Like that's so wild. Which is I think finding the idol made me much more willing to talk about the fortune teller because nobody can say that I'm not like trustworthy. I said exactly what happened there, except for like that we all got to talk to each other. I think that's a given. We had to discuss what cards people were taking, right? Like that you could talk to each other. Like I'm happy to talk about the extent because there was really no extent that anybody talked to each other at the fortune teller. So again, like I feel like I used that right. Like I'm using it as a bargaining chip. To be honest, if we win and I use it this round, just get that off of my platter, fine. Um, yeah, it's like having the idol this early is a double-edged sword because it's not gonna be too hard for somebody else to like put the pieces together and find those cards and start like asking about them or submitting. Because that's the whole way that I did it, right? I was just like, I took a picture, I sent it, and I was like, the fuck is this? Yeah. And then like I found the two. Drew was like, nah. And then I found the other two, and then it was mine. So I was like, huh, okay. Like it was like, I don't know. I didn't realize that I found it so early until I actually like had it. You know? Like, and then, like, the thing went to closed. I was like, "Oh, like, that's what that is, yeah. It's
It's
gone."
real.
Yeah, it's there. I don't think, I don't think it would be too, again, hard for somebody to make those connections on their own, right? Like, that somebody has something from that. I think because I've already talked about one of the things that I have, it gives me a better footing for it. Like, nobody's gonna announce, "Oh, I found this thing. I found the idol." Like, no. But I at least have shown I'm reliable in that department, right? With the other power is where my head is. If listen, if people want to vote me out because I told them I have a power, good luck to you.
Yeah.
Like you like really? Like you're gonna turn on that person? No, I would honestly, if somebody brings it up like he's a threat, I would vote their ass out. Frankly, outsider perspective.
So how are you feeling overall about the experience in your position right now? It's still super hella early in
Mhm.
the game.
Still super hella early. I feel good. I feel good. Like I feel like if we have to go to tribal tonight, I would be fine. Um, so I feel good in that department. I'm hoping that we don't have to do that. Um, yeah, I'm excited to see what it goes. Like even like the couple of people I spoke to, like the fortune teller seemed solid. You know what I mean? Like I feel like you guys cast some nice people. Like even watching like the videos of everybody, I'm like, I would hang out with most of you. Like I feel like it's like you mix the tribes up differently, and it's a very similar situation for me, right? Like I feel like I would have found people that I can gel with no matter what.
I'm excited to see you continue flourishing in this game, John. Thanks for playing.
Me
Thanks for
too.
playing. And I'm
I didn't
excited
want to
to have
disappoint.
Lance and Dev eat their words, or just like,
What did they say, those
well,
bitches?
I'm not eat their words, but more just like beat their placements essentially. Like,
I
so
know.
they
Well,
can sit there and not like Lance can't be like, I'm I almost won when like you got fourth or better, you know?
yeah, it's the thing is, it's I'm just going for having the full like listen, I'm going guns blazing here. I already got my powers and stuff. I've given myself agency in this series. Needless to say.
I'm
Um,
just so
I'm
excited.
I just want to like honestly, I want to merge. It's not about comparing with like Lance and Dev because I'm not comparing myself to them. Like I do want to merge and beat Heather Lee because I'm not her.
Oh my gosh. I'm just saying, if you did make the merge in this season, it would definitely be more difficult just because of the caliber of the cast. Your cast is just better than theirs, like completely on all
Yeah.
ends.
um,
Yeah.
yeah. No, I'm excited. I'm excited to see where this goes. Like you know, I had a feeling that it was going to be like that. You know, like there was going to be like a bunch of people who play a bunch of orgs. I'm like, no, I'm here too.
Hmm,
Yeah,
hmm.
yeah.